Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Snafu Radio, 1943 kilohertz on the AM dial. This is your host, Ball Turret Gunner. Today's topic is talking about a little bit about the flat feet syndrome. I'm not really sure where the flat feet syndrome came from. I don't know. I was born with flat feet, and I've had flat feet all my life, and I'm not really sure where that came, where that originated from. That that's actually a physical deficit. I don't know. I've heard people over the years say, "I've got flat feet." So I've got flat feet too. I don't have that traditional high arch footprint as you see images as where it's just the heel that wraps around the edge of your foot, and then the ball and the toes. My wet footprint, is a big old footprint, kind of, Sasquatch, looking print. So I don't know where that originated from, and I don't know what relevance that has. I've heard people even comment to me that say, "Well, I couldn't get in the military because I've got flat feet." Well, what does that got to do with anything? I mean, can you fire a weapon? Okay, well then, don't you think the military would take you whether you had flat feet? I mean, if you had your feet were switched, that might be a little bit different as far as supplying boots for you. But what's flat feet got to do with anything? I've had flat feet since I was born. I remember years ago that mom would take us to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Well, he's got flat feet." Okay, so where does all this crap start from? Where does it originate from? That's a defect. I mean, this is like, this is getting into this, the selective reproduction, type category, but I don't know. I'm sure that there's more of y'all out there that have flat feet and you've never had a problem with it. Maybe there's some out there that, have flat feet, and it has some type of a side effect, for you over the years. I've never had an issue with having flat feet. I've never had a problem. I never had a problem with, with footwear, or standing on my feet. I'm not a runner, never have been a runner, but, I've never had a problem, with it. But it's just part of the euphemisms that come about in life, it's like, Operation Sunshine. Well, that was nuclear testing. It's like the effects of nuclear fallout. But it's called Operation Sunshine. Isn't that nice? Okay, that's just one small example. About just how ludicrous that things get started in life, and don't really understand where they come from or how they originate. You hear it, you see it in movies, especially the older movies. That don't get your feet wet. You'll get the pneumonia. You'll get this. Well, don't you get your feet wet when you're in the tub? Don't you get your feet wet when you're in the shower? Don't you get feet wet when you go swimming? It's just totally separate. That it's the same kind of thing that they call it a bathing suit. Well, you don't wear that while bathing. Who started that? It's a swimsuit. I mean, it's okay. It's a swimsuit. You put it on, you're going to go swimming, right? It's not bathing. It's not a bathing suit. Maybe it was your birthday, bathing suit. Maybe, I don't know, you expose more skin. However that came about. But flat feet, I've never had a problem with flat feet, and I don't know where all this stuff originates from. But again, going back to, thinking America, that, we have to stop and question these. We have to stop and question these wives' tales that have originated, that are still being used today. I still hear people say, "Well, don't get your feet wet. You'll get sick. You'll get pneumonia." Okay, so that's just one small piece. That just throw it out there. Just I don't know where all these things originate from, but they have got to stop. We've got to bring them to an end and stop using them. Is what we've got to do. It's absolutely ridiculous. But okay, so for all those of y'all out there that have flat feet, welcome to the club. And I am your host, Ball Turret Gunner. You're listening to Snafu Radio, 1943 kilohertz on the AM dial, and I will catch you on the next ICT.